Havad hurried off and returned about half an hour later with a beautifully wrapped package and a single flower on top. Miss Meridian unwrapped each piece of fabric, folding them carefully, and said with joy and excitement, "Oh my God, this is a miracle. These fabrics are the best gift for me. I can't believe it. My God grant you every wish, young man." I turned to Havad. "I have no further message for you. This belongs to your today's moment. The decisions you make on this journey from here on will depend on your state and what life brings. Don't get lost in books or follow the teachings of mysticism from school or traditions, for when the truth is present, one word is enough. And when that word comes from lived experience, it will surely resonate in the heart. Today, I shared with you the most precious lesson I've learned in the secret of freedom and release, and you embrace it with all your heart." Havad left, and I never saw him again. A year later, I went looking for him at the old address I had of his shop, asking around. Eventually, I found his store, but not him. Instead, I met his friend, Muhammad, who, after hearing about Havad and his generous act, expressed an interest in mysticism and a desire to connect with me. That same day, I took this well-dressed young man to the neighborhood of the widows. Muhammad was so bewildered and awestruck by me that it was as though he'd seen a ghost. On the way to the poor neighborhood, I told him, "The first step in mysticism is to transcend the superficial and material values that are common in society. First, ask yourself, for example, whether you can endure the shame and disgrace of being seen publicly with a widow from this poor neighborhood, and whether you're ready to defend your actions openly. Succeeding in this challenge will elevate you to the rank of Sheikh Shanan." On the way back from that neighborhood, I also used Muhammad's fancy car to transport a bicycle I had bought for Mr. Davidin's 8-year-old son, explaining to him the reason for buying it, which served as the second lesson in mysticism for Muhammad. Mr. Davidin, since his younger son Ali wasn't studying, had set conditions for him. If he passed his exams in June, he would buy him a bicycle. This boy had longed for the bicycle so much that it has become an additional burden on top of his other pressures. When I visited their home, I witnessed Mr. Davidin's transactional behavior and destructive efforts on Ali. One day, when I realized that conversations did not affect Mr. Davidin, I decided to buy a bicycle for Ali myself. How wonderful it was that I could deliver this bicycle to him today and say, "Here, Ali, this is the bicycle you dreamed of. Now, if you want to study, you can. If not, that's fine too. This is my second lesson of wisdom for you, Muhammad. It's this lack of transactional behavior, the rejection of conditions, and the aversion to rewards and punishments that ultimately prove harmful to people." I saw Muhammad only a couple of times, just like Havad, and our brief encounters became a cherished memory for all three of us. Pages from the Book of Zainab, Life After Release from Prison. Ziba Navak.